Hello there. Welcome to the Entertainment Headquarters, where we talk all things entertainment, movies, television, reviews, trailer reactions, and more. Welcome.
I feel like I've seen these guys before.
Hello, everybody, and as it says, welcome to the Entertainment Headquarters, and welcome to another Let's Talk Live. So this is just a basic live Q&A. If you've got questions for me or any of the guests in the panel, bring them on down, and we'll do our best to answer them. But of course, joining me, let's talk about my panel. I have two great friends of mine, Mr. DJ Anubis of the Metal Tavern Radio and Mr. Tony at the Dead. Welcome.
What's up?
Hi.
Well, if I wanted Tweedledee and Tweedledum on my channel, I would have invited you, but I didn't have the room.
Speaking of room, John's not really good at reading them.
Yeah, Kevin's only putting the big dicks on here, not the little dick.
Yeah.
Yes, or the thick dicks like mine. But
Sci-fi. Hope you're feeling better, buddy.
Yes. So this live is all about heroes and villains of film. So that's subject. So, of course, I know you have a list, Anubis, of who your favourite villains or heroes are of film. And Tony, you can knock them out. I'm talking about heroes and villains, yeah. When you can think of them. So,
Yeah.
so Anubis, why don't you start off with one of your heroes or villains of cinema?
Okay, yeah. So I mean, obviously there's a gazillion that we can choose from, but I tried to stick to those that I felt like were not only iconic, but just like could just say pure evil in a lot of ways. And so the first one on my list, of course, is Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, yes.
You know, from Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal and stuff like that. So the character itself is just brutally evil, very smart, plays mind games, but yeah, so he's the first one on my list.
Yes. In the Silent of the Lambs franchise could potentially be a future Into the Darkness franchise discussion. You know, there's a lot of great films out there, and I can't see anybody playing Hannibal Lecter outside of Anthony Hopkins.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any off the top of your head, Mr. Tony the Dead?
Oh yeah, one that recently discovered from Nautilus. Damien Garber, director Crawley. Now that is a villain, man. Like pure evil, like the shitting grin to his anger. Like he's just a great villain. And I know you could agree with me on that one, Kevin, because we both hated that guy. Played a great part.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, for anybody that hasn't.
Yeah, he did. Mads was pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen the show, but I've always wanted to. I know it wasn't not cancelled at one point, and then they brought
I think
back.
they cut it short. But if you ever get a chance, do revisit it. It's very good.
Mm-hmm. Well, me and Mr. Tony the Dead covered in
covered in honey, rolling around the forest.
Too much information.
Was bear on bear action. That's all I can tell you.
Jesus God.
They're reenacting the Reverend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cocaine Bear 2, it's coming out.
Me and Mr. Tony the Dead covered on Television Chronicles, my segment where I talk about television shows on streaming, and obviously I'm going to do a mixture of current shows and classic shows, but we covered Nautilus, which is available here in the UK on Amazon Prime, and me and Tony watch it, the 10 episodes, because I'm into things like Jules Verne and, you know, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and it's basically based on that and Captain Nemo. And the villain in that, like you mentioned, he was the perfect villain.
Yeah.
You just didn't care about anybody. He was wanting to kill everybody and just wanted nothing but absolute power. It was all right. So that, and potentially Hannibal could be a future episode. Sorry, you know, Television Chronicles.
Somebody was just mentioning that movie.
Yes, well, Mr. Sci-Fi Century, I know that you wanted to join us on Point Break. But, you know, you've been dealing with your health, which is fantastic. Keep doing it, my friend. But you've just mentioned Darkness from the movie Legend. Well, just to let you know, Sci-Fi, the next retro classic movie show I'm doing, my pick is Legend. And if you'd like to join me on that one, you're more than welcome. So it's an amazing film, and absolutely Tim Curry as Darkness is absolutely amazing, and the actual makeup artistry that they went ahead and did.
Yeah, you're not comfortable there, Tony, or what?
Is just
I'm trying to get this pillow. Sorry, my back is killing me.
His back is killing him. So the makeup
carrying the show.
I was going to say it's because
That's why-
Kevin bent you over so hard.
I was going to say that's why he's on the bottom.
You think I'm
Mhm.
getting it up the ass? I'm putting it in his, pal.
Right.
We're
This
like,
show always goes off the
Next.
fucking rails.
so it's my other favorite villain, Anubis.
Oh yeah, I'm top villain.
So the next, well, I've got a villain on my list. We've talked about this in the franchise that we did for Into the Darkness, but this date back
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
he is by far the biggest douchebag in the Night of the Living Dead franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the best. It's probably one of the only, some villains you couldn't give a shit how they die. You're just glad they die. But that was one of the most satisfying deaths in any film I've ever seen.
Yeah.
When he gets ripped apart, he fucking so much deserved being ripped apart.
Great last words, too. Like badass to the other. Ciao, God. And then about how after that part, like they were all ready to throw up, right? Because that meat
Yes.
spoiled. Oh,
Okay, so he wants me to go through my list. I can do that.
Yes.
I picked 6. Now some are a little bit more known, but let me give you the roundabout. So Hannibal Lecter was my first one. Freddy Krueger, the Joker, Hans Gruber. Now the last two, I find more interesting, and the one we did actually on Century's channel would be Thulsa Doom. And then the other one, even though most people think Voldemort, I think Bellatrix Lestrange was a fucking whack job. That chick is crazy.
Yes.
yeah.
Now, I know Jedi Granville, if he's watching, there is a character who is a villain that I think he would agree is one of the best villains in the Star Trek series, and that is Mr. Khan.
Oh,
Khan!
Now, he, for me, was one of the best villains in Star Trek. And that's why they decided to bring him back they kind of changed the plot to try to throw you off.
Did you consider him, though, a complicated villain? Because I did make a list of complicated villains.
Aren't they all, though?
Well, I mean, I think in terms of villains that probably would have started out as decent people, but because of circumstances ended up becoming the villain. So we talked about it earlier. I know homie down there has Thanos was right. Well, Thanos is a piece of shit, but he had some good theories and he was correct about some things, but I would call him a complicated villain.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to sacrifice his daughter, which really wasn't his daughter, but still he did care about her. But other complicated villains for me are like Prince Nawada from Hellboy, Richard Riddick, Darth Vader, Loki, Magneto.
One to save many.
Like Thanos' reasonings was basically he wanted the universe is overpopulated, and there's lots of things happening in the universe that's affecting other people's planets and all of this stuff. So his idea was to cull the planet, basically, to wipe out half the universe and then kind of give it like that refresh start.
Oh my God, does Big Bad Wolf ever shut the fuck up?
Well, Deadpool might be Lady Death now because his wife's getting his ass in trouble. Oh, look, it's a clown.
I also was going to pick Joker.
So another villain for me would be, you've mentioned Charles Gruber. For me, one of the best villains in a film is probably in the Mad Max series.
Oh, yeah.
in Fury Road.
Mm-hmm.
Joe in that for me, I love.
Immortal Joe. Yeah.
Immortal Joe for me is an amazing villain, and even the same actor who played him in that movie
Toe
when he played Toe Cutter in the first Mad Max film.
Yep.
Toe Cutter for me is a brilliant villain.
No, he's brutal, man. Took out his wife and kid. He gave no fucks.
Mm-hmm.
John, you better calm down. You're not able to spell anything. You're so upset.
Yeah, what is this? What kind of gibberish is this?
Well, if we're gonna go, John says I'm a clown. We'll go the clown route. I'm gonna show you. Probably both never saw the movie. Maybe Kevin or maybe Anubis did, but Circus of the Dead. I'm gonna go with Papa Corn, the main clown in it. He's a villain, but I mean I like him. You know, like I like him. But he's a villain for sure. He doesn't care. Their whole thing is they go like these cards that like not tarot cards, but like they're like some kind of Mexican death card, like kind of like that. And they do what's on there, and then they go and they kill the people the way it looks on the card, and like they're kidnapping this guy in the meantime and shit like that. It's kind of like all a little bit crazy, but like Papa Corn.
Yeah. We're gonna now maybe mention some very smart villains. So for me, it's Samuel Jackson in Unbreakable.
Mm-hmm. Glass. Yeah.
Glass. He's absolutely brilliant in that, and obviously the one before Glass, James McAvoy. Especially when he's the Beast, he's fucking just crazy.
I would say Ledger's Joker is fucking smart as fuck too. That dude was always thinking ahead. Just called it wrong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Smart villains. Let me look up his name. I know who I want, but I can't think of his name.
Anubis.
I already said you. And this is a smart category.
If we go to James Bond, Blofeld.
Yeah.
He was a really good. Do you actually have a favorite Bond villain?
Me or who?
Do I?
Yeah. Either one of you. Do you have a favorite Bond villain?
The only one I could think of, because I'm not a big Bond guy, the only one I could think of is the guy with the steel mouth.
Jaws.
Yeah.
Jaws. He's cool.
He was more of a henchman, though.
I'm going to say he would be your favorite henchman.
Yeah.
Well, I think even though I love the actor, I think he was one of the weakest villains, and that's Christopher Lee in The Man with the Golden Gun.
Well, here's a question: we're doing smart villains yet? Mm-hmm. Would you consider Herbert West a villain or a hero, or just
from Reanimator?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a villain, but like,
I would have said a villain.
I don't know. He's kind of a lunatic.
But he's smart. He's smart. Because I was going to say him or Dr. Hill, the guy with the carrying his head around. Because he was very smart, and he was definitely a villain.
He was probably a bigger villain than Herbert West.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
you killed him. No, I didn't. I gave him life.
He got to eat snatch, even with his head off.
Would you consider Pinhead a smart villain?
Yes.
From Hellraiser?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, they did get tricked over a box.
Second film, though.
Mm-hmm.
The second one? Yeah.
I like it, but I hate that they lost to that fucking crazy doctor, dude. They should have whipped his ass.
Oh,
Yeah, like that doctor was just a waste of space.
Yeah.
Just a waste of space. I'm I wouldn't say a smart villain, but an evil villain, like evil to the core. Kathy Bates in Misery.
Oh, yeah.
God, I love you.
She is batshit crazy.
That's everybody just thinks of that. Grr.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's my reaction. Oh God, I do this.
That's where I fast forward so I don't have to see the pain because I feel the pain watching it.
Yeah. You tell Missy to be like, tell me when it's over.
Who would you say is who is the weakest villain that you've seen? We were talking about this earlier, especially with the MCU. I thought what they did with Christian Bale and Thor: Love and Thunder was a fucking disgrace. They could have turned.
Oh, you know who's the fucking weakest villain? Scar King. He's the fucking weakest villain.
Oh yes,
That's
Scar
a
King.
huge push.
Yeah, in Godzilla: The New Empire. Yeah, because at the end of the day, he had everybody else doing the work for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good one.
You brought it up earlier though about what's the one from Black Widow? Taskmaster.
Yeah, Taskmaster was such a letdown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I just had one and
another one that absolutely was just destroyed and should have been badass. Loki in Ant-Man 3. No, not Loki. MODOK.
Oh yeah.
What they did to MODOK. What MODOK did in that film, or what they turned him into in the cost of the effects to create MODOK, they could have made him look proper villainous and a badass.
I got one. Michael Myers in Halloween Ends.
Didn't see it.
He's pretty fucking weak in that. He was a fucking pushover. Literally.
Crossbones,
I don't know much about Crossbones as a character, but
I only know him from the games. I don't know his.
Yeah.
Oh wait, wasn't he in one of the Spider-Man movies?
Who?
No, yeah, he was in. Yeah, wasn't he in the first one? I don't know his name. He was the actor. He was in Old Dads, and he picked up those things. I think. Yeah, I believe so.
And I tell you what was the weakest villain since you brought up Spider-Man, Topher Grace's Venom.
Yeah.
What they did with Venom in Spider-Man 3, I think, because I know that Sam Raimi wanted to do 3 and 4, and his idea was to introduce the symbiote in the 3rd film and have Venom be the villain in the 4th one. But because Marvel knew how popular the Venom character was, they ended up putting him in the 3rd film, which was already full with villains. You had the Sandman and you had this new Goblin, which I think the idea is to end the trilogy with Harry being the new Goblin and the Sandman, and then by the end, maybe have Topher Grace become Venom at the end of the movie, and then have the 4th film of just Spider-Man and Venom. But that's not what happened.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, I do think Topher Grace did a good job in, and it's because it was so peculiar to have this character in the film. I thought he was good as the psychopath in the Predators.
Yeah, I liked him in Predators, but I didn't really care for him in Spider-Man 3. I like him. I like him as an actor, and I when he left that 70s show, the show was done. But yeah, the look of Venom was cool, but I just, it's
I think the look
like
of Venom was shit. The look of Venom.
But they really haven't. They haven't really done like a really good Venom film for me. I mean, even though Hardy's is okay, it's not like great. Like that's the problem.
I didn't like that third one.
For me personally, Tom Hardy is the perfect Eddie Brock.
I like them as them two teamed up. I like that.
The problem is Venom's meant to be a much more adult type character. He's meant to be more for like adults or teenagers, but obviously to capitalize on Spider-Man, they had to kind of dumb the Venom character down for a family audience and make him an anti-hero and make him more kid-friendly. And that's why he does all the jokes and it's like good cop, bad cop scenario.
Mm-hmm.
But
this is the part where I look around my room and like, do I have any weak villains around here?
So, but then obviously, I do think Tom Hardy is a great Eddie Brock, but what they did with the Venom part of the character for me is what spoiled the films. Like, I don't mind him. I can get it. For me, out of all of the Sony produced films, the Venom trilogy is the best. Madam Web's just a load of shit. I watched that the other day and I just about fell asleep.
I still haven't watched that. I haven't watched that. I've seen I like the Venom movies for what they are, but they're really not like great. Like they're kind of like, superhero movies on, we'll put it on. It's funny. It has adult humor, but I don't know. I saw them and I'm fine. I don't own any of them.
I still, even though they're finished with the Venom trilogy, I still, something in the back of my mind thinks that we're either going to get a brand new Venom or they're going to somehow introduce the Tom Hardy Venom into the MCU. And why I say that
I thought that was the plan. Like, I thought that was the original plan.
Well, you see, these are my two theories. They're either going to, if Tom Hardy wants to come back, they'll find a way to bring him back. But he's saying he's done with it. In what they did is to make it, a way to bring another variant of Venom in. If you remember the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, when his version of Eddie Brock was brought into the MCU, when he went back into the Sony Spider-Man universe, a part of the symbiote was left in the bar and started crawling across the bar. So there's a part of that symbiote that's been left in the MCU. So obviously that bit of the symbiote could grow and turn into another version of Venom. And we might get a more villainous Venom, and if that happens, they might find a way to bring the Eddie Brock from this world into that world and have maybe a Venom versus Venom fight, or Venom from the Sonyverse fight another version of a symbiote in the MCU. There's many ways they could go about it, because it's like what Rick Meyer said in one of these film autopsies that you've done with them. He says, once you take the stakes away, what you're fighting for.
So Sentry says he's a big Venom fan. So how about this, Sentry? I saw this the other day. It'd be kind of cool as a werewolf hybrid of Venom. Are you down? You down with me for this?
I've seen a Venom picture of a Godzilla Venom hybrid somewhere. Now that would be fucking awesome. That would be awesome.
You think Godzilla's unstoppable now?
Yeah, mixing them with a symbiote would be.
Yeah.
No fucker will be messing with them then. But I think they could go anyway with the MCU now. That's why the first 20 years are untouchable for me. It's the best. The build up, the progress of it, the end of it. But then once you start bringing in multiverses and, people are dying and can be brought back to life any way, shape or form, there's no stakes. There's nothing really, anything's a possibility. And for me, that
I don't mind it. The thing that's always gotten me about the MCU, and it's both a love-hate relationship that I have with it, because you give it a chance to like discover individuals that you would never have heard of. So like Werewolf by Night, I would have never known about that if they had not done that show. So I like that. But then you get the Madam Webs and the Marvels, and it's like, I'm not interested in that. Not because they're females, just because they're not well written. Now the multiverse, it's good and bad. Like you said, it allows, there's nothing really to lose at this stage. You can just pretty much go back in time, or you can have a different version of that individual show up. But if the Doctor Doom with Downey Jr., if that ends up, if they do what I hope they do, and they use that as like an alternate Iron Man that's ended up becoming Doom, that would be sweet. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know if that's the way they're going to go with it, but that would be kind of neat to see. Because, bringing back Downey as a different character is kind of weird, but we've seen this shit before. But that's the only way it would make sense for me. Because, what happens if Pepper sees Doom without his helmet? I mean, she's going to see Tony. So it's kind of like, you have to kind of make the connection somewhere.
Maybe he'll be scarred or something.
Also, it's like obviously he was a mentor to Peter Parker, Tom Holland's Peter Parker. So imagine when he first sees Doctor Doom without his helmet on, and he sees it's a Tony Stark variant, and then he's got to fight him when he's deep in battle. When he gets the opportunity to maybe kill him or stop him, he hesitates because all he can think of is Tony Stark.
Yep.
So I think from an emotional standpoint, it's a good idea, but I just wish they would have went with just a brand new actor, a brand new character. I think Cillian Murphy would have made an excellent Doom.
Yeah.
After catapulting on the success of Oppenheimer. I even would have had.
He was a good Scarecrow. I liked him as Scarecrow.
Yeah. Some people hide out John Hamm.
But, I can see that.
As
John
Doom?
Hamm.
Actually, who would make a great one? Fucking Robert Pattinson.
As Doom?
Yeah. Dude, he's actually a better actor than people give him credit for. He is.
I know that, but I don't see him as Doom.
I think he could do, because he's kind of got like a baby face, and then top of that,
he was just like Batman.
But that's like a whole other universe. That's DC. This is Marvel.
See, they got to have Robert Downey Jr. because they got to bring the fans back. People are going to want to go to see Robert Downey Jr.
But
this guy's going to go see Thunderbolt, so that's fine. I went to see Craven. I mean, it wasn't the greatest film, but it's still better than most of the other shit I've seen.
I watch them all. I just haven't watched Madam Web because I don't like that. What's her name? Dakota
Fanning?
Dakota Fanning.
Yeah, I don't like her. I think she's terrible. But Sydney Sweeney's in it, so.
Oh, see, that sucks because she's hot. But like,
yeah.
Who's the main actress?
That's that. When I just said Dakota.
Oh, she's the main one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking, like, people look at big Hollywood A-list actors, but there's loads of amazing actors on television that could have entered the MCU, because look, they got Speed at the do what you call
it's
them?
Dakota Johnson. It's not
Johnson.
Yeah,
Dakota. You know who would make a good Gwen? The girl who played in Smile 2. She has that short hair. If you make it like a little longer, and with the blonde, she has the shape. She's a great actress. I could see her being like. She was a dance. Did you see Smile 2?
Yeah.
She's like, can dance.
It was actually better than the first one.
It was better than the first one. But yeah, it just didn't have enough Kyle, whatever his last name is from the first one in it.
Yeah, I think if we need to look at like actors of television that can go and play these big Marvel characters, so I had what's his face? I forgot his, but Space, is it Spader, and he did Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done the Blacklist, and then he went into that to do, and he's done. You know who I think might make a good Thanos? Not Thanos. Would have been a good Doctor Doom. Cosmo Jarvis, who was in Shogun.
Oh, the guy, the American.
Yes.
Yeah.
He played. So he played. Right. He was Cosmo. He played the British guy.
What Naomi Watts for what? Jake, what are you referring to?
Her name is I Moan backwards.
What?
Naomi backwards. It's I Moan.
Oh.
I Moan star.
Here's something to pass along to everybody. I just kind of thought it just came to my mind like a big brilliant idea. So one of my heroes is Snake Plissken, right?
Yes.
What if you took, because Kurt's definitely too old to redo the role, but what if you took his son and put him in a prequel as Snake Plissken?
Oh yes, his son, because his son plays him in Legendary of Monsters.
Isn't his son from Night Swim?
Maybe I didn't see it.
The film that is the worst film on God's green earth. Yes,
but he's a good actor though.
No,
Naomi Watts,
I don't think that's
her.
right. I don't think that's her, brother.
Maybe it is. Maybe we're wrong.
I don't know. I don't think that's her.
I'm gonna fucking look.
Like, isn't Naomi Watts the one who was in King Kong? Peter.
Oh, he means Naomi Scott.
Naomi Scott. Yeah. Ha, you're wrong, pal.
Hey, it's all right. He was close.
I know. I wouldn't even have guessed Naomi. So.
Right. I totally forgot. So.
Yeah, I think she's excellent.
She was good in that.
I liked. She looked.
I mean, you could have made that a non-horror, and she still would have hit it out of the park.
Mm-hmm. Well, I haven't seen Smile 2, but they say it's better than the first one.
It is.
Yeah. Yep. Surprisingly, usually sequels don't do better than the originals.
Yeah. Or they probably have they left it open for a third one.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The world's fucked.
It's gonna be crazy. I'll tell you what, the Jack Nicholson's son, I wish he was in it longer. That's all I'm gonna say. And we won't spoil it for Kevin, but I just wish we could have saw him more, because he has a cool Nicholson smile to him.
But that's the only thing I worry about him, is that because he's been doing a lot of horror. Like, obviously, his dad's known for The Shining.
Typecast, yeah.
So he's getting typecast, and people are just thinking, well, it's Jack Nicholson. So we want to do our version of Shining, or have a horror film and have him in and recreate that moment. And I just think, and it might be his choice as well, Ian Nicholson, where, that he wants to do that. But I just think if you want longevity in your career, you don't just want to be, a blink for the moment. You want your career to, be substantial and last. I did.
Well, but then again, if they would do something like that and like say a prequel or whatever, and then why didn't they just use Jack Nicholson's son? That's what people would say. Yeah, so you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I think you got to get a start somewhere. I mean, he's a Nepo baby, but like, if you can act, you can act.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike Dakota fucking Johnson. Fucking terrible.
There's a couple of films that he's gonna be in. I did a trailer reaction one called Borderline. where he plays like a man who's obsessed with this. I think it's a movie star or singer, and he's pretending he's going to be getting engaged to her. And he basically goes to the house with a vicar, with a priest. They get married to her. And Samara Weaving plays. Samara Weaving plays the woman he's obsessed with.
Oh, that's my girl.
Yeah, oh, you need to check the trailer out. It looks interesting.
I'll have to do that.
Did you see about that Ready or Not 2? Samara Weaving and
I'm probably one of the few though that wasn't too excited about the first one. I didn't think it was super great.
I liked it, but I didn't think it was like amazing. Well, I like her though.
No, I love her. In fact, if you haven't seen Azrael, because I know Kevin has, that movie's pretty good.
Azrael made me top 10 of 2024. It was really good. Yeah. She's going to be in a film called The Trip as well, which is a psychological thriller film, and it's going to have Jason Segel, Samara Weaving, Timothy Olyphant, Juliet Lewis.
Olyphant, cool.
Keith Jordan and Paul Guilfoyle.
Yep.
Paul not going to work here anymore.
Nah, not gonna work here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So let's crack on and talk about other villains. Or do you want to start talking about heroes?
We can talk about some heroes. We can mix it up.
Yeah. You want to talk about weak heroes?
Right.
Because I could tell you.
Mix it up. Like I'll start with my heroes. So the first.
I could tell you a scene with a bunch of weak heroes in it right off the bat.
Is his name Big Bad Wolf?
Be my guest.
The entire Illuminati in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. There you had Richard. You had Reed, which is
you're talking about
John Krasinski. He was Mr. Fantastic, and they all went up against Wanda, and they just like Black Bolt was there.
Wanda is strong as shit.
But I'm saying there's the Illuminati. They're supposed to be super fucking powerful, and she took them out like nothing because they're like stupid. Professor X. Oh, that was like such a.
The best part about that is when they reintroduced him, and you see in the bottom of his floating chair, and they played the X-Men theme on the cartoon. That was fucking. That's
class. What they were trying to do with that, with what Deadpool and Wolverine did with Blade and them. That's what they were trying to go for.
No, they weren't.
Well, this came out.
It's a multiverse, another universe.
So why are you bitching? They got their ass kicked by a strong chick.
Because everybody had always said, like, oh, John Krasinski would be a great Mr. Fantastic. And then he just like got taken apart like nothing. It's like, oh man, that sucks. And then like Black Bolt, and like they were just like, they got too lazy and cocky.
Of course.
Well, until I see Pascal as, Reed Richards, I wish they had cast him for the film, because he was a fan casting. That's why, not Pascal, but the one out of you mentioned, Multiverse of Madness. That is why he was cast as Reed Richards, not because
you shut your hole there, Sentry.
Keep it open. Fuck him.
Scarlet Witch is my girl.
This is the first hero on my list.
Chris Evans, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Captain America, his whole story arc from the first movie to Civil War to Winter Soldier, the whole MCU was just an amazing story arc, and I think Chris Evans really delivered. He's done a pile of shit since then, though. Nothing he's done.
Did you watch The Gray Man?
I thought it was okay.
I liked it.
I seen fucking Red Notice.
Well, I didn't see that one.
I didn't see
I
that.
can't speak on
Oh,
that
I
one.
tell you what, actually, what he did do good in after that I thought he did a great job in Knives Out.
What is
I
it
didn't
called?
see that either. Knives
Knives
Out.
Out. Knives
Oh
Out,
yeah,
the
yeah,
one
yeah,
with
yeah. He's really
Daniel
good in
Craig.
that. Both those
Ah,
movies are really good, actually.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like the Knife Out in that. I'm looking forward to the third one.
Yeah.
I liked
The
him in
third
Deadpool
one.
Wolverine. Like, I haven't really seen him
He
in
was
anything
fucking
after.
funny in that as shit.
Yeah.
I think one of the
So
heroes on my list would be Gandalf.
yes, definitely Gandalf the Grey or Gandalf the White or Wise. His story arc's brilliant from start to
Yeah.
finish. Big fan of the Gandalf. This has to be on my list.
Are you skipping
John
me or what?
McClane.
Damn.
Well, you don't seem to be coming up with fucking much.
Oh, well, you fucking cut me off now, didn't you? You cut me off.
What are you, a leprechaun now?
Well, he's that far up there. He's kind of Irish and he's Geordie. I'm going to go with an obvious one is Ash Williams.
Ash Williams, yes, definitely.
He's a hero.
Definitely. He's just a hero
What's
that
up,
likes
girl?
to cook.
How you doing, baby doll?
Hello, my dear friend. Welcome. So, yes, Ash Williams is definitely a great hero, but he just likes to fuck, drink beer, and kills demons. No better job than that.
The only thing he's missing is a band. by those standards.
Yeah, he's basically like a rock star, isn't he? He's like a rock star. I wish, I didn't finish Ash versus Evil Dead. I think I just started the third season. Did you finish that show?
No,
Tony,
I did not.
Have you watched that show, Anubis? Ash versus Evil Dead.
I saw like at least the first 2 seasons. I don't think I ever caught the last one. Because that was when they were
first
still
2
like
episodes.
taking breaks in between them.
Yeah, I just started watching the third season, then something else caught my eye, and I never went back to it. I think why I didn't is because I heard it got cancelled and it was left on a cliffhanger, and I fucking hate that.
Yeah,
where you know you're not going to get an ending, or if they start another story arc or something, and you're never going to get to finish it. It always pisses me off.
Thank God Cobra Kai got theirs done, man. Jesus Christ. That would have been pissing me off if they didn't.
Yeah, and it was a satisfying ending. And I've heard other people say it was shit, and that goes, you just didn't get the point of the show.
Nope.
You didn't get the point. Like, my favourite characters and my favourite journey character arcs in Cobra Kai is Johnny Lawrence and Tori.
Yeah.
Like, I loved how Tori started off as like a troubled young woman who trying to, look after her mother, her young brother, and just has a bad temper, and it got her into a lot of trouble. And then she found
Mr. Castlevania.
Better rebuilds your hero.
My modern hero is Carmilla. just to poke back a century.
Carmilla.
Crazy bitch.
My favorite hero is Rodan. Oh wait, no, hero, not bitch.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Now you're just fucking.
I'm just kidding.
You should never make fun of that chicken, man. Never make fun of that chicken.
Well, I guess I'll say King Kong. I like him.
King Kong.
Rodan's actually better than Monkey. Like, Monkey's on the low end of shit.
Monkey never bows down to anybody, though.
He got his ass beat, though, didn't he? That's why he should have bowed down. He would have saved himself an ass beating at that point.
Nobody else was going to help Godzilla, and who did it? King Kong.
He had no choice. The little girl told him it was like his bitch. Like, she just said, "Do it, bitch. Get over there."
Meanwhile, like a toddler, Godzilla just comes in, wrecks everything, and then just like, oh, sorry.
It's how it works, my man.
That's his job.
Works.
That's his job. That's what he was built for, to fuck things up.
Godzilla sleeps alone while King Kong doesn't.
Sleeps with other monkeys.
Don't you? We're all
I
monkeys.
don't sleep with other monkeys. What are you talking
you
about?
Do. Well, I guess Neko does then. You fucking ape.
Get your dirty paws off me, you
speaking of apes, I think one of my favorite heroes and story arc and characters is Caesar from Planet of the Apes, the modern trilogy. I fucking love those films.
Yes.
Absolutely love those movies. And I definitely want to do like a film review of those. And since we're speaking of villains, Cobra. Because he's a misunderstood villain. They're both basically, you know, one was tortured and treated badly by humans, the other one was loved. So basically, Cobra is what Caesar could have become. And Cobra is what Caesar would have become. Sorry, Cobra is what he would have become if he was loved like Caesar.
Yeah.
It's like two different sides of what life can bring.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I loved Caesar. That's why I loved Cobra.
My first cat, when I had gotten a cat and my grandmother wouldn't keep it, so I gave it back like 24 hours later. But I had named the cat Caesar after Caesar. Yeah. I was like really, really into like Planet of the Apes movies at the time. And like where he says like where he points in the book in the movie, like in the old book movie, like, what's your name going to be? He points at it, he's like, Caesar. And he's like has a look on his face like, yeah, that's right. So I always liked that.
Did you watch the new movie?
Mm-hmm. Kingdom? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's a good villain. Proximus Caesar.
Yeah.
He is a good villain.
I feel like the gorilla in it, like they're always there. He's bad, but I don't know.
I think Omni, I've done my review. It going with it with an open mind. Don't take it too serious. Just it's more about the over the top kills. There's bits in it I thought were meant to be serious and I chuckled, and the bits that are meant to be funny, I didn't laugh. But I liked it because some of the kill, it's like basically it's a mixture of Annabelle meets Final Destination rolled into one. That's just my little 50 cents on that. But
another hero for me is River Tam from Serenity and Firefly. She's great.
I never saw that whole show, Firefly, but what I did see, I liked it.
Yeah, it's good.
I would animated show, since you brought up Castlevania, the Blue Eye Samurai. She is a great hero, and I can't wait for the second season. So I definitely will be going to be reviewing that with Century and Walter, because we binge watched the first season and we did a review of the first season. So definitely Sci-Fi, me and Walter, I'll be reviewing the second one. Yeah, Mizu, and even the story arc, it's just such a great show. And I don't watch a lot of anime because there's so much of it and I wouldn't know where to start. But there was just something about that show that I gravitated to. And when I watched it, I was hooked from the first episode. So I cannot wait for season 2. So another hero on my list, most of mine are action heroes. We have Mr. Of course, John Rambo. Now, yes, John Rambo all the way.
You got to become more.
Mm-hmm. What would you say is your favorite of the Rambo films?
Second one.
I was going to say the second one, but
but the funny thing is now, like after we've done like the review for the first one, like I look at them a little bit differently because the first one's so different than the second one. So it's like they're both really great for different reasons. You know what I mean?
Mm. What pisses me off is the fourth one gets a bad rap, but I think it's one of the best.
Yeah. Oh, it's brutal as hell, dude.
That last 10 minutes, dude, is so great. So satisfying.
Oh, God.
In the last one,
I haven't seen
I wish they just ended it with the fourth one.
Yeah. Didn't have to go back there. Nope. Didn't have to do it.
So tell him that.
I know. I mean, but look, dude, if someone's coming to you and saying, we're going to give you money to do this, he's going to do it. Like,
sure.
That's just how it is.
Well, look, that's what they've done with Demolition Man. Apparently, they're working on the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Are they really?
And they're even going to bring Wesley Snipes back, apparently. Even though he's fucking shattered into a million pieces. I think they'll clone him.
Only thing that's the only way they can do it, yeah.
You're like, how?
Simon Phoenix. He's a good villain.
Yeah. Don't forget they were frozen in cryo status for years and years. You can't tell me when they were frozen that they weren't like drilling into the ice and taking DNA from them.
Yeah. Maybe somebody picks up a piece of them and they put it in their pocket and they don't know about it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. We were talking about your brother earlier. The real Loki.
Big Loki.
It's like as well. It's like the Chucky series. How many times did they find ways to bring that little bastard back?
Too many.
But actually, he's a good villain. I do like Chucky. I didn't like the series, mind. I think
your big brother Loki, not Thor. We can't talk about Thor here.
Yes.
Loki.
Like, have you seen the Chucky series?
No. Like, you can spoil it. I don't care.
I didn't finish
it starts off really strong, where you have this guy who's come out gay at school, so it is slightly woke. And then basically it turns out that the house he's living in.
Oh, that's not the one I was watching. I was watching a different one.
So
I think I was watching the one that was like the maker or creator of it, and then the doll was coming alive, but in real life, almost like A New Nightmare by Craven. It was kind of designed like that from like a fan perspective.
I think he's talking about the show, though, right?
I'm talking about the show.
Well, this was a show, I think. This was I'll look it up. You can go ahead, keep talking.
So basically, it starts off where it goes back to where Charlie's Ray, who is Chucky. It goes back to like his hometown, and it's all linked up to how he did his first murder, and how it's all linked up to this character called Jake, the young guy, who and it's all just crazy. And then they end up bringing legacy characters into it. But it started off really strong, really gory with a serious plot, but then it just turned into like this.
Okay, what the movie? So I was thinking of Cult of Chucky. That's what I saw.
Cult of Chucky's good. The Curse of Chucky, which I think's the one before it, was good as well.
I'm with sci-fi.
What, the first one and then nothing else?
I never really cared for the second one or the third one, and
I didn't care for the second and third one, but then when they did Bride with Jennifer Tilly, which she's an amazing actress, I love those.
Yeah, I liked Bride, and I liked. I don't really remember the one after that, but yeah,
the one after it's Seed, where they have the baby, where they have the baby. But then the thing is, the baby's got split personality, so one half's Glenn, the other's Glenda. So it's just totally fucking bonkers. And I love my favorite scenes where they kill Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just so totally bonkers and crazy. But the show became like a stupid soap opera. Like a teenage drama show. Like it was nothing like Cobra Kai, where you actually they give you characters that you believed in and you wanted to see do well.
Yes,
like
so true.
Like in like the first one, it had like that dude who was a boyfriend who just sacrifices to Chucky, who looks like Marilyn Manson in a mobile home. That I love that scene. And then he kills her by hiding the fucking radio, and there's a toaster into the bath, and she gets electrocuted.
Yeah.
Just great. I actually had the movie Maniacs figures from NECA, but I sold them on eBay.
Oh, I never had that one.
Yeah, I've still got me Michael Myers, and my brother had Ghostface, and I think he had. I can't remember if he had Jason, but I definitely think he had Leatherface. One of my favorite. I think one of my favorite villains, but more like because he's just batshit crazy and fun, and I loved him in the first film, Captain Spaulding from House of a Thousand Corpses. Sig Haig is just iconic in that film.
Oh yeah,
yeah, but he and fucking
Otis.
Who's the other one?
Bill Moseley.
Is it Otis?
Yes, Moseley.
Bill
Dude,
Moseley.
His character is crazy, and that Devil's Rejects, dude. Oh my god.
The thing that I always found crazy is because of the first one starts out as like a proper, for me, a cult horror film with Dr. Satan, and it's like a full-on horror movie. Then the second one's like a western. I think the third one's like a western, and it's like, how did it go from that to that? And the only thing I wish they did, they never really went back to Dr. Satan and explain much else about that.
My problem with the first one is it was too much like everything else. Like that was basically Zombie saying, "Hey, this is my love letter to all the horror that I grew up with." So the second one, when it went a little bit more action, it gave them more personality, I felt.
Yeah.
And I really love that film. A lot of great lines in that. Third one, I think it was just kind of doomed because once Sid Haig passed away, it really threw a wrench in everything.
Yeah, I like the first one.
Yes,
but
yes,
I don't like what's his name.
Violator from Spawn. Yes.
Who'd you say, Tony?
Nothing.
Who'd you say?
I said I like the first one, but I don't like what's his name in it. God, the one who was a host on TV, and he was on MTV. He was on like a dating show in there. He hosts The Wall now. He hosted the Talking Dead after The Walking Dead aired.
Oh,
what the fuck's his name? Well,
that guy. Of a great villain.
Who?
But go on, Tony. Finish what you're saying.
I can't think of his name.
Oh.
Somebody in the chat tell me.
Well, what is he in the third one?
No, he's in the first one.
Oh.
He's one of the. He's a guy, Dr. Satan. That guy.
Oh,
I can't stand him in that movie. Remember. He's so annoying. Everything in that movie is good except him. I mean, even if Rainn Wilson turns into the fish, they turn him into that fish.
Yes. So I forgot the name of the actor, but I'm going to show you the Blu-ray, and you'll know immediately which villain I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Warriors. Yeah.
Come out and play.
He is brilliant in that. Brilliant.
I'm having a good time.
The Warriors is just an epic film. Like, I haven't seen The Warriors, and then when I told Noobs went, "You're fucking kidding me? You've never seen the Warriors?" And so I decided to buy it, and I watched it and absolutely loved it. And then immediately I said, right, we need to do a retro review on that. And then Fat Samurai guy joined in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And speaking of samurai, because I love samurai movies, I watched a while ago the first Eye for an Eye when it came out. But the thing is, over here you can't get them on Blu-ray. There's only a handful of titles at the release. So,
yeah. I think he's pissed.
Yeah, my cat's not happy. So, what you call it? I subscribed to Haya and I've watched the second Eye for an Eye. So, which I really enjoy. So, me and Samurai are going to be reviewing the both of them. That's going to be on the 15th at 2 p.m. Don't know if we're going to do it live or a recording, but I'm looking forward to that.
Should probably do it live.
Yeah.
He'd be able to get a lot of his audience in there.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Trying to think.
So true. I want to be Warlord. Make your move.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Another fun villain, just because he's a fun villain. I love Dennis Hopper. I love him in Speed, and I love him in Waterworld.
Not Land of the Dead?
Oh, Land of the Dead. But I like Land of the Dead, but it just feels too much like a studio film. It's too clear. I love the nitty grittiness of the first few Dead movies.
Complicated villains. Candyman.
Complicated villains, yes. Candyman.
I got one. Negan.
Who?
From The Walking Dead.
Negan from The Walking Dead,
yeah. The series. I think we watched the first.
Well, the governor.
Then we just stopped.
You didn't even finish the first season?
No.
The governor's a good villain. But for me, that's the last of the villains. The last of when the show was great. I think it started changing after that. It still was good. But for me, that was my favourite part when at the prison with the villain.
After Rick
was
gone missing, I think that's when it went downhill.
He's definitely better than the other guy.
But you see, I don't he is better than Bill Skarsgård, but I still like Bill Skarsgård version.
I don't. I hate it.
I don't like his voice as the clown.
I'm quite looking forward to the series Welcome to Derry. I think that's I want to see. Apparently,
is he going to be in that or just somebody else?
No, he's going to be Pennywise. I think he's actually an executive producer on it.
Oh, but hey, Sentry, Kevin did tell me he loves Skarsgård as Eric Draven.
No,
Who
I
said
didn't.
that? I didn't even see it.
Stop pulling shit out your ass, Anubis. I would not sacrilege I would not do that. That would be sacrilege if I said that. The feed would cut and I would be banned from YouTube if that was true. He's talking shit.
Let the rumors start.
He's talking absolute poo.
Poo.
Yes. Good
I
Heroes.
am thankful though that Kevin actually watched the movie, so I didn't have to.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I have
Took
no
a
interest
sleeping-
in that movie.
I took a sleeping bag with us just in case. I nearly used it. A good hero, Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I never finished that one either, though.
Me either.
Mm.
A good hero. Well, I don't know. It's easy. I mean, you could just start going Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, like that. But
Oh, well, out of all the, well, he has something for heroes. Who's your favourite Batman? I've always said Michael Keaton, and
Bale, easily.
see, I like Bale is Batman, but I hate the voice he uses. He sounds like he's constipated and busting for a shit.
Yeah, Neko hates that too. She really hated the voice.
Hello, I'm the Batman. Do you know where the toilet is? I'm busting for a shit.
Oh yeah, I'll take a shit.
My parents are dead.
Where's the men's section? I need
I'm
to
a
buy some
superhero.
underwear.
I just pulled my pants.
Celine from Underworld, good hero.
Oh, Celine, yes.
I know
My-
Century will agree with me too.
my favorite Batman, I actually like Affleck's Batman. But I
Jesus
like
Christ, you would.
Keaton. Shut the fuck up. Did you ever read the other comics, the older ones, where he's older?
No, why
He looks
would I?
perfect for it because they're fucking awesome. Do you want me to send them to you? Would you
Oh,
like
please
them,
no.
Anubis? Or will they hurt your eyes because you have to read?
You can send me some other shit though.
Right fucking there. I'll send you some shit.
Shit in a box.
Yeah.
Send it out.
Sci-fi would probably agree with me that the comics where he's older, he's like 50-some years old, and
What's up,
He's like-
Alden?
he's waiting for
Welcome.
the ultimate like rush, and he's like, this would be a good way to die. He's like, like the brakes are gonna go on. He's like, but not good enough. And then he like saves
So wait a minute. You like the older version of Batman more than the other ones?
The look of him. He looks like fucking beefy, like he looks like a big, kind of like that Batman. He looks good, but
Well,
I
it had
like
to be, it had to
Michael
be because
Keaton
of the armor,
as-
though, right? Because his body was brittle, you know.
no, I mean like just the look of like before he even like fought Superman, like that
Mm.
that look. That's how he kind of looks in the thing, in that comic. But I like that Batman, but I like Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne.
Oh,
I mean,
Mm.
he's
here we go.
the Batman was a good Batman movie.
Uh,
It wasn't bad. It's just so long. It's a long movie.
Like I actually I liked it, but like you see, it is a bit too long. But I did enjoy it, and a lot of people when the first heard Patterson was playing Batman, they were like, "Oh my god, Jesus Christ!" But then once he played Batman, now they don't want anybody else to play Batman.
I didn't think it was that good.
Michael Keaton
I
is my
thought-
Batman.
And one of
What
the
I
problems
liked
is
about
that I think his Bruce Wayne is exactly like his Batman. Like they were, you couldn't tell the difference.
See, for me, what I like about it is the fact that like it's him starting his career, and I like the idea that it went back to like what Batman was. He was a detective.
Oh, I mean the concept is great.
That's what I
I
like.
love that.
Well, I
That
like
car is awesome. I love the car
in the
Mhm.
first one, in the '89.
in the
Yeah.
Batman.
Oh,
It looks
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Sci-Fi. He's my Batman as well. And
I like him as Batman.
I've only seen the Flash once, and he was the best part of the Flash.
We
Michael
were just
Keaton.
talking about that.
Yeah. Michael Keaton bringing him back is Batman, and he was badass still in it. And apparently, if they hadn't have scrapped it, apparently Batgirl the movie, Michael Keaton was in that as Batman as well. And you had Brendan Fraser as the villain, which of course was Firefly. And they say they scrapped it for tax reasons, and the same with the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme, film.
Acme. Yeah.
The scrap them because of tax reason. I still would like to think with them having especially HBO Max, they could have made the Batgirl film because I see it's terrible. And I'm like, even if it was terrible, I still think it should be shown the light of day. Like, if you can release the fucking Crow remake, you can release fucking Batgirl.
Weren't they supposed to do what was it, Supergirl from The Flash? Because she was in there. Weren't they supposed to do one for her?
I don't know. I don't know if she was just a one and done, but she was good at Supergirl.
Yeah, Supergirl series was good. I liked it.
Not the series.
I'm talking about the movie.
From the Flash movie.
I never saw the series.
Yeah. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I liked her. This noir type of Batman, isn't that what they're doing now? They're bringing out the noir Batman, or I'm sorry, not Batman. I'm thinking
Spider-Man.
Never mind.
Yeah, and they've got Nicolas Cage playing the character.
Yeah. That's the other thing we got from the Flash movie. They gave that little Nicolas Cage as Superman. It was animated, but it was still there. At least they did something.
What made me laugh about the Flash is when it was released. They were trying to defend the shitty CGI and say, well, it was meant to look like that because the film's meant to feel like a 1990s movie with like the 1990s style CGI. I'm like, that's just a fucking cop out. Let's face it, you were pushing and pushing for the film to make its release date, and you didn't have enough animators to finish the CGI, and you underpaid them. They were exhausted, and that's the fucking film you got. You screwed them over.
I guess you could say the Flash was a good hero and a villain.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are saying the reason people didn't turn up for it is obviously because of the store, that Ezra and all the shit that went down with him.
Yeah.
But I think that did have a major impact. But I do also think even if that film had been released with any of that, I don't think it would have received. I think it already had a lot of bad things about it. I think there were reshoots. A bit like Captain America: Brave New World. I heard that that had many reshoots. And when you watch the film, the pacing of Captain America: Brave New World, I felt as you could tell that there was a difference in the filmmaking. I think you could tell when something had been reshot, and they were just trying to fill in gaps to like make a film. It felt as if they were trying to paste it
so much. The same shit happened with the first Suicide Squad movie. Like, they had a plan, and then Deadpool got released, and then they changed their plan, and then it fucking butchered the shit out of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do like
Freezing.
I do think my mind's went blank. The actor that plays the actor who plays the new Captain America, I think he does an okay job, but he's not Captain America. I think it's going to be hard to keep selling him as the new Captain America. But the actor who plays him, I think he does a great job. And for me, for the first time in a long time, Anthony Mackie. For the first time, though, I think the most interesting, compelling story in that film is Thunderbolt Ross.
I haven't seen it.
I think Harrison Ford did one of his best performances in a long time. Generally did. I loved his story arc with him being under pressure and stuff like that to try and do a world treaty. So and also he's not a well man. There's stuff going on with him, which, without spoiling it, stuff goes on and things are explained, which lead to events later on in the film.
I can't watch a movie where stuff goes on and it leads to events later on. I just can't watch a movie like that.
Well, stop watching films.
Is that like every fucking movie? Stuff goes on and events happen.
Problem is, Moon Knight just isn't
Moon
that
Knight's been
interesting.
cancelled, Ulvin. Yeah, it's already been announced, Ulvin, that Moon Knight is not getting a second season.
Well, again, it's that love-hate relationship. Like, in a perfect world, I would have said just stop after Endgame because that was pretty much the highlight of the entire Marvel universe. But we are where we are.
Well, the thing is, the one thing I will
I'm still
say
looking forward to Thunderbolts. I think that looks cool as shit. So
I
The
haven't
thing
seen
is,
a
I
trailer
think-
for it, but I'm all for it.
The thing I'll say about the MCU is that because the start of Disney Plus and the needed content, it's once the needed content for that, and they had to hire all the Marvel shows on, and you had to go in between a show to understand what was happening in their movie and go back to another show to understand what was going to happen in the next film. It created too much. There was too much content. You couldn't keep up with it, so audiences switched off. The great thing about, I would say, with Captain America and even Deadpool, they're doing what they basically did with the first half of the MCU from phase 1 to 4, where you would have your story, then they'd have a post-credit scene, and then you knew what was coming next. They're bringing that kind of back. So I like that formula. If they can keep it consistent and keep people interested in it.
well, they haven't really verified if she's left yet. It's like rumors.
Well, first she said she was going
And
to
even
leave,
then,
and
I'm
then
not even sure Disney's gonna fucking give up their direction. I really don't know if she's just a problem or not.
Well, the rumor is John, him who did Mandalorian. The rumor is that he might be going to take the reins of Star Wars from Kathleen Kennedy, and I personally think that will be a good choice because he did do
Yeah,
well
as long
with
as they stick to like
Mandalorian.
those first 2 seasons.
The problem is you need somebody who's going to take the reins that not only is a great businessman, but is an actual fan of the property you're working on. Now, he was a fan. He loved the originals. He actually, it's because of him we got like Ahsoka in all of this. And, he wants to bring characters from the graphic novels into the live action universes. Because when Disney bought them, they turned down and they said anything that came, the only thing that was canon was the original films and any films they produced. Nothing else was canon. So having they created some amazing characters like Luke Skywalker's daughter in the show, in the graphic novel, she's a badass. There's loads of different characters that they've just skipped aside, and everybody wants to see the live action versions of these characters.
Well, what was the book that's supposed to take place after the last movie? And there's like some, I don't know, they're like monkeys or some kind of animal, like a monkey, and they like live in these trees, but like the force flows through them, and and there's some like old guy on it. As I'm thinking about this from like 20 some years ago, but he's like, he knows the force, but like he's like even stronger than Luke or some shit. I can't remember.
Yes, that was canceled, and rightfully so. It was horrible.
Yeah, I heard it was bad.
Yeah, Acolyte has been cancelled. I think Book of Boba Fett, that's not coming back, thank God. That basically for me was The Mandalorian Season 3 Part 1. Because the Mandalorian was in...
It could have had a lot of good promise, but they fucked it up.
Like, the first couple of episodes had Boba Fett in, and then the rest was all about the Mandalorian.
It's because it was doing bad. Yeah.
What the fuck was the point of that?
Man, probably just to promote the Book of Boba.
I mean, Obi-Wan was okay. I didn't mind Obi-Wan. That was okay.
I liked Obi-Wan for being like a limited mini-series event, but I don't want them to spoil it and just keep putting them out there. I think if anything, they should have done an Obi-Wan film trilogy then over the the new trilogy that came out.
Hmm.
They should have done an Obi-Wan trilogy which explains the event of what happened at the end of Revenge of the Sith up to when Luke Skywalker's introduced, and showed 3 different decades of him protecting them without him knowing he's being protected. And you could have, I know people don't like CGI, but they could have ended it at the last scene of the 3rd film in the trilogy when he turns around. It's the Alice McGinnis version. And ended it that way.
Well,
I don't know. Like
unfortunately,
I like the concept that the new trilogy had. Like I didn't mind the concept behind it, but along the way, they just lost their way, man. They just started going off in crazy directions with it. It's like, what are you doing? It's like it just made no sense.
I think what affected the 3rd one the most is because they wanted each film to have a storyline for one of the legendary characters. So the first one was Harrison Ford's movie. The second one was Mark Hamill's film. The 3rd film was going to be Carrie Fisher, and she was going to have a really great story arc. That's why a character stayed alive at the end of
I
The
liked
Last
Sith.
Jedi.
I liked Sith a lot. It was really good. I enjoyed that one. I saw that. That's actually the only Star Wars film like of that trilogy that I saw twice in the theaters. That one I went to twice.
Yeah. But it is what it is. We got what we got, and we fucking hated it. Like I said, the best for me, apart from Revenge of the Sith, the original trilogy. Thingy One's the best film.
what did you
Doing
just say?
anything with Indiana Jones?
Indiana
What
Jones
did you
is a good hero.
No, he's a good hero. I don't know if I don't even think.
I don't want
I mean, the
Christopher
last
Pratt.
one sucks. So I don't know if they're even gonna do anything more with that shit. Sometimes they're just trying to bleed blood from a stone. It's like, just
I
stop.
think the thing is,
Stop.
I think both the last Indiana Jones films, they made them with the idea that they could spin it off. So they brought in Shia LaBeouf's character, which is Indiana Jones' son, in the Crystal Skulls. The idea was to spin them films off with his character, but it didn't work out. And then they brought in this female character. He's a like a niece type character. He's niece. That just didn't work out. It was a load of shit.
Well,
So I think they just need to give up.
Emasculated fucking Jones. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing?
I'll be honest, I watched halfway through and switched it off.
You know it's bad when you can't even finish it. Like you finished the Crow remake, and that one you didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't know why. I wanted to see it in theaters and I just couldn't make it happen. And now I'm glad I didn't make it happen. And then I just read the rest of the fucking plot on Wikipedia. And when I seen what happened to him at the end, I was like, why? What was the point of even making the film and making him look like a weak old man? Yes, we know he's older. We know he's older. We know he's weaker, but
No Time to Die. Like I knew what was coming. I just should have spared myself the pain.
And you know what they're going to do with what Amazon will do? They'll just spin the fuck out of James Bond. They'll do like a Moneypenny series. They'll do a Blofeld origin story. They'll do fucking everything.
That's why Rick's idea was a good one. I wish they would just do that, but they never do anything we want. So
Rick said just do anthology films, didn't he? Make each one its own thing.
Yeah. Threw that shit right in the garbage.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think they should do that. Like, obviously, there's talks that Blumhouse are going to do another reboot of Halloween. And I think...
Another one?
Yep. Or a Halloween limited series. I just think, why don't they just do Halloween like an anthology series where each film's a night where Michael Myers just fucking goes crazy with different characters instead of like trying to make a story. It's the only thing that'll save it, I think. And please don't bring Jamie Lee Curtis back, because she was badass in the first two, and then she was like this fucking went from being the badass granny to fucking...
I hated the entire new trilogy. I hated it. God, it was so bad.
See, I
only
like the first
one.
See, I don't...
No, I said I only liked the first one, and
I didn't like the first one.
the other two were garbage.
See, I like the first one, and I didn't mind the second one. I kind of understood what they were trying to do. But
I know exactly what they were doing.
But
Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. Take a shot for every time they said that, you'd be dead at the end of the movie.
The thing
Evil
is,
dies tonight, Kevin.
Well, if I don't get me fucking point across, and people keep fucking interrupting.
Sucks, don't it?
Oh shit!
Yes, it does.
Got a cat fight. Got a cat fight.
Let me talk about what I want to talk about.
Oh damn!
Bye.
I didn't even have to do it.
I'll leave. Leave an open uploads page. That's what I'm gonna do.
Do what?
You heard me.
Leave an uploads page. But because don't forget when they first announced Halloween, there was only meant to be 2 films. And then because of the success of Halloween 2018, they ended up making it a trilogy. So I generally think what happened is, after the success of that, instead of making it just a 2-parter, they ended up making it a trilogy. And I think the ending of Halloween Ends, where he gets hid in the garbage machine and crushed, that was going to be the ending of Halloween 2, like the second one. But then what they ended up freaking doing is they decided to spin it off into the 3rd film, and you can tell that's what happened because of they introduce a character that's never been talked about, was never even mentioned, never even seen in the first 2, and then they make him into like this new Michael Myers, a younger version, and it just didn't work. It was just fucking garbage.
Nobody liked him either.
Nope. And he's in the Monkey.
Oh, is he?
The actor who plays Corey is in the Monkey. And
I don't have a problem with the actor. It's just that part was terrible.
Well, I don't even like him in the Monkey.
To be honest, I haven't seen him in anything else.
So he's nothing fucking special in that either.
No, he doesn't like you either. So feelings mutual.
Well, fuck him.
He said you were terrible in The Hobbit. What's that?
Well, I guess I'll never invite Century to do any of our bad movies, Tony.
he don't show up anyway, so.
Oh
yeah. Well, if I ever decide
we don't watch bad movies, not all the time.
You'll have to watch it.
Not all the time. Sometimes we don't know, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have to watch the bad ones sometimes, because maybe there's something good about it.
You've got to watch the bad ones to get to the good ones sometimes.
Yeah. Not that you want to compare like apples and oranges, but
like Funny Man.
See, I don't like the movie and he liked it, so he got a free movie.
You mentioned complex villains. We mentioned it earlier when we did a retro show. David out of Lost Boys.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would definitely say he's a complex villain.
You said Thanos.
Lucian from Underworld.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. We've
One of
talked
my
about
favorite stuff
complex.
is probably Prince Nawada from Hellboy. I think that one's a very complex
Oh yeah,
villain.
he's probably one of the better villains I know because he's not like a villain.
And surprisingly, the
basically-
actor who did that was the same guy that played the lead vampire in Blade 2, and that was also
Yes.
a complex villain.
Yes, and they were both
We
in
could
his
say, I was gonna say
Huh?
we could say Bodhi from Point Break. He was kind of a complex villain.
Oh no,
But
we
I
kind
don't-
of nailed it down though. That he was almost a narcissist because the way he was controlling the rest of the group.
Well, he starts off, you kind of like, oh, I get it, but yeah, then he turns into that.
Do we really need to bring Jason back though? Really?
Bring him back for what?
As long as Anthony's not around, we're gonna say no. We're not bringing him back.
Anthony is Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget you've got the Jason show coming. The Crystal Lake prequel show.
Yeah.
That's getting written right now.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't. If I paid for it, I'm going to sit there. Except once. I've only ever walked out once, and it was during Legally Blonde 2.
I walked out on Nosferatu, but for different reasons.
Well, the new Nosferatu is a good villain, despite it not being the best, version of the film. That version of Nosferatu was pure evil.
Debatable.
So, yeah, I think he's pure evil compared to the one from the 1970s. You could
Complex
see
villains.
you could actually see Bram Stoker's Dracula as a complex villain because he's not like a villain.
Yeah, well, at least Coppola's version.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Coppola's version.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, it was mainly due to the seating because it was a new theater I was in, but it's an old theater. It had like the old ratchety seats, and so it was very uncomfortable. So, and I knew that movie was going to, it still had like an hour to go. I was like, I can't do this. So I ended up going back with Neko, and she hates me for doing that because she hated the fucking movie. But I still didn't think it was all that great. I mean, I love the cinematography because Eggers is great at that, but it had a lot of flaws that I didn't like.
I was let down by it. I think the thing is what makes it is the cinematography, but you need more than that for a good film.
Yeah, I thought Lily Depp was good. She was good in it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised she wasn't nominated for an Oscar, because that was for me an Oscar-worthy performance.
Yeah, I know Anthony has bad taste in movies.
Would you consider Frankenstein's monster to be a complex villain?
Yeah, because it's not really his fault.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he did drown a little girl, right?
But not intentionally. Like, it wasn't intentional.
The fucker knows how to smoke a cigar without even getting taught how to do it. He knew better.
Putting on the Ritz.
I'll tell you which one I think
Put
more
on your
villain.
Ritz!
Yes, he knows what I'm talking about.
If we're talking
I saw
about
that play
Frankenstein,
too.
If we're talking about Frankenstein, I think Robert De Niro's Frankenstein's more villainous.
I don't remember that one. I mean, I remember him doing it. I just don't remember the movie.
Mary Shelley's
see it.
Frankenstein with Helen Bonham Carter, where he basically fucking rips her heart out in front of Dr. Frankenstein. And he's like, you make me a bride, and he fucks off with her heart.
What about Matthew McConaughey in Reign of Fire? His character in there was pretty complicated.
I'd say so. Yeah.
He plays a good, no, I'm thinking of John Malkovich. John Malkovich played a good villain in Con Air.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
Cyrus the Virus.
Yes.
Put the bunny back in the box.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you just put the bunny back in the box?
Del Toro, he's doing his version of Frankenstein for Netflix.
Did a good job with
So-
the Wolfman. Wolfman was pretty good.
Oh, Wolfman. The one with no, yeah, I'm talking about the Guillermo del Toro, the director. He's doing Frankenstein for Netflix.
Yeah, he did the Wolfman.
Did he?
Yeah, 2010, I think, with his son as the lead. The Anthony Hopkins one.
I didn't know he directed that. I know
I'm
he did
pretty sure
Shape
he
of
did.
Water.
Let
Did
me
Shape
double
of
check.
Water.
A complicated hero. Rorschach. The comedian.
Let me see. Oh yeah, Rorschach's great.
It was John.
Oh no, it
Joe
wasn't. It
Johnston.
wasn't Del Toro. It's Joe Johnston. I thought it was Benicio
And Joe,
because it had
Joe
totally had his style. Go.
Yeah,
Well, I can't
Joe
pronounce his name.
Johnson did. So Joe Johnson did Captain America: The First Avenger, and he did Jurassic Park 3.
Not bad.
He did
Pretty good
Rocketeer as well. Rocketeer's an okay movie.
Never saw that one.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Oh, another
Who-
complicated one we kind of talked about is Vader. Darth Vader is a very complicated character.
Yeah,
He's a kid
oh,
killer.
definitely.
He wasn't,
He is.
but he is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how he threw the Emperor down. He should not have been a spirit at the end. He killed
Why?
kids.
You don't believe in redemption?
Fuck that. By throwing one evil man that technically didn't even die.
But he was kind of brainwashed, you know?
Well, Palpatine's the biggest villain, the Emperor.
Yeah.
He's one evil. I would say he's a smart villain because he had like a 200-year plan to take over the galaxy.
If
Which
he was smart, he
culminated
would have
in-
took it over in a day.
But the thing is, what makes me laugh about that whole thing, everything that happened in the originals, the prequels, becomes
Oh, you know what
obsolete.
though? That's a hypocritical take, Tony.
Why?
Because your fucking
As a
tagline
comedian.
says your tagline says Thanos was right and he killed a bunch of kids. Way more than Vader ever did.
I never said he was a good guy.
But you said he was right.
But does Thanos glow at the end of a movie? No.
I'll be right back.
Thanos went to hell where he should have went.
He was sitting on a planet eating berries and he was enjoying life. So that's close enough to being a spirit and showing up to celebrate.
He
That's
turned
him
to dust.
celebrating.
I've felt lost before. Turns the legs to jelly. That's
I'd
why he had to sit
say
down.
Magneto was a complicated villain.
Well, now in the
Har-
97, he's a good guy.
And what?
In the new X-Men cartoon, 97.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's the first episode. Like Charles is dead, and he wants him to take over the X-Men. So he has to redemption, as you say.
Yeah.
Yes, and it goes from there. They have to he has to earn their trust and stuff. But he changes his outfit and everything. He looks cool.
See, another hero. Actually, Olvin and I did Zorro. That's a good hero.
Yeah.
Or we'll just call him Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
Puss and Boots.
Kitty soft paws.
He does that face with the eyes.
Well, see,
Aw.
Darth Maul was actually evil. Like that dude. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, we don't have much of his backstory, but he's more evil than Vader, really, if I think about it.
Hmm. What was that
Yeah.
group he was part? The group he was part of, because they brought it up in Solo, and he's right at the end of that. It was some sort of syndicate or something he was a part of. He was the villain, and he's introduced right at the end.
Hmm.
like the Seven Sons or something.
I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, so
Mm.
I never saw Solo.
you know what I would like to see? I mean, obviously they'll never do it, but the character that Donnie Yen played in Rogue One, I'd like to see a side story with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Has anyone here seen Andor?
I saw like a couple episodes and I never finished it.
Yeah,
Yeah, because there's
I never
like
watched it.
A lot of people
I
liked
was
it though.
I was interested in Andor, but I just haven't got around to it yet. I think Samurai liked it. I think Samurai was looking forward to Andor.
Yeah.
I just,
It looked
so-
interesting, like the like trailer or whatever for it, but just never pulled the trigger on it.
Well, I'd have to go back and watch Rogue One because even when they created Andor, I was like, I don't even remember the character that much from Rogue One, but he's in there. So it's like that's where I have to go back and kind of look at what his impact was.
Yeah, like I liked. I think out of all of the Star Wars shows, I think The Mandalorian and Obi-Wan's been my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Mandalorian. I don't think I really checked out the other ones. I can't even think of them. Like that's how much they stuck in my head, I guess, if I did.
I did like WandaVision. I liked that one. That was good. Loki was good as far as series.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the first. I watched
Falcon
all of
and
the
Winter
first
Soldier. I
season.
wanted to like that because I love Winter Soldier, but that's I mean, the series had some cool things about it. Just not. It was too much crap though. I didn't like a lot of it.
Yeah, I liked WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 50-50 with Winter Soldier, with Falcon and Winter Soldier. I haven't bothered with Agatha.
You know, Mola Ram was like pretty dark, but like those Nazis from the first one, man. Especially the dude with the glasses where his face melts. That dude was fucking wicked mean.
I think Mayan would be he was like a mini boss, but like it was the Nazi from the third one that like
it's the guy
went
with the
off
plane?
the cliff with the tank.
Oh, I was thinking maybe that big dude where the propeller got him.
Oh, that's the first one.
Is that the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, he has an idea. What about favorite villain henchman? So, but think of favorite villain henchman.
What's the homeboy from the first Hellboy? The one that could turn himself off and on.
Cronin with the Acre.
Yeah, he was fucking badass.
I got one.
All right, go ahead, boy.
Bob from Batman.
Bob,
the first one?
Batman.
Yeah, 1989 Batman. Bob.
In the Joker
right-hand man that he shoots, and he goes, "Gonna need a minute alone, boys."
Oh, yeah.
Bob was like there since before he turned into the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of funny though. He was more funny than scary.
Oh, you didn't say that. You said favorite. You didn't say scary favorite.
I'm gonna go back to Bond. Him out of is it the one that you did on the channel with Ulvin? Is it Living? Which one is it you did with? Yeah, with the voodoo. Him with the mechanical arm.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's a good henchman. The Thanos is a henchman, and you know the big dude and the wizard one.
You could also put them in like the weakest ones too, because they like died very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one like the ship dropped on her. The other guy, he lost his arm, but then like I don't know, it's like they just like got taken out very quickly, and they're supposed to be like Thanos's henchmen, you know.
I did like I think it was the second film in the Wick series with Ruby Rose. Her character.
Oh yes, Ruby Rose. Mhm.
Yeah.
He's one of the same, but he has a film with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I think it is Double Impact because where he plays the twins. The main villain is like the businessman, and then you have the strong female lady with the red hair, and is it boy? He was in. Is it boy? What's his name? I forgot his name. The big muscular Japanese actor, and he was in one of the
Bolo
Young.
Bolo.
Yeah, he plays, and he's in that scene where he goes like that to Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he's like that. So he's basically saying, "I want to fight you with no weapons," and they start fighting like inside that for me is one of my favorite films. That's one of my favorite fights, which I definitely want to review that Double Impact at some point. Brilliant film.
It is good. I swear I can't think of Henchman. Like off the top of my head.
And again, it's Gary Busey doing Mr. Joshua from Lethal Weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he was bad.
Oh, another one from Bond too is Odd Job.
Odd Job. Is that the one with the hat?
Yeah.
And who's the little Chinese dwarf man? Is that Knick Knack?
Yeah, Knick Knack. Yeah. I don't think he's Chinese though, is he?
Is he Mexican?
I don't know if he's Mexican. Maybe Filipino. I don't know.
I remember him. He was a good character. I kind of think of anybody else off the top of my head.
Go-Go from Kill Bill.
Oh, she is awesome.
Yeah, she is.
Mm-hmm. Go-Go. A complicated villain or anti-hero, Dexter.
Yes.
From the show, Dexter. But I do think they've overkilled that now. I think they had something great now. They're overkilling it. Like it's like they're desperate. They're trying to keep the property alive because they can't think of any other shows to make. So you had Dexter seasons 1 to 8, and then after 8 seasons, they did the New Blood series. Now they've got Original Sin, the prequel series. Now they're doing Dexter Resurrection.
Is Bosk the one that's like the Western dude?
I think he's like the lizard guy, isn't he?
I don't remember. I remember like it was when Mandalorian was talking with Timothy Oliphant, which is another character, but like it was the guy that was like the bounty hunter that killed him. I can't remember who that was.
Yeah, it's the lizard guy, the like alligator looking one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he came from the Clone Wars series.
Oh, okay.
And then they made him live action. The same with Thorn in the Ahsoka series. He's from he's the only character I know that they brought in from the actual books to the animated series to now live action series.
I'm surprised you didn't mention this, Kevin, because you like the Beekeeper so much as Lazarus.
Oh, Lazarus, yeah. He's great.
How about all 3 of the guys from Big Trouble in Little China?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
They're good.
Oh, Mad Dog in the Raid. So good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you need to still see the Shadow Strays.
I think I started.
So-
I just never got around to finishing it.
It's such a fucking good. The ending of that just fucking blows you away.
Oh, Cade Bane. Yeah, okay, that's who I was thinking of. He was kind of cool. I like that kind of character. He was kind of
Mhm.
cool.
I don't really
Mhm.
have a favorite bounty hunter, really. I never thought about it. But he's cool looking.
I've got a favorite bounty hunter, Dog. Dog the bounty hunter.
Like the bounty hunter.
Dwayne Chapman. Is he still going? Is he still alive? I know his wife passed away.
Well, his wife is gone, but yeah, I think he's still around.
Mhm. I can't imagine at his age he's still a bounty hunter, though.
I don't know.
Don't know, man. Just don't know.
I watched a
Wow.
little bit of that show, but like, you know, how much could you watch?
I think during is it like the early 2000s when all these reality shows kind of started? I think the one I watched the most was Steve Irwin, the Crocodile Hunter.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was fucking awesome. Apart from he died, he got killed by a stingray in the heart. Out of all the
Janice,
things to
I have
kill
to
you,
actually go, so I apologize, but I've got to
No,
cut
no.
myself short.
No. Well, I think I'm gonna hang up anyway. So this has been good. We've been on for 2 hours. We've talked about different villains, different heroes, different subjects. Everybody watching, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a blast. This was just a quick little get together just to talk shit, to talk heroes, to talk villains. Please like, share, and subscribe, of course, to these two gentlemen here. They're fucking awesome. They're badasses. And we'll catch us all at the next one. Sorry we're cutting it short, but I think we've run out of what we could talk about, what villains to talk about. But there's more content coming to the entertainment headquarters, the Metal Tavern Radio, and of course, Mr. Tony of the Dead's channel. So, with that all said, we'll
I'm
catch us
doing
all.
Welcome Day of the Dead.
Catch us all at the next one, guys. Take care.
Peace.
Bye.